Anna and Claire were sisters, close in age but worlds apart in personality. Anna, the elder, was calm, steady, and beloved by everyone who knew her. Claire was wild, impulsive, and full of fiery passion. Though they shared the same blood, their hearts often beat in different rhythms. Since childhood, they were inseparable. But as they grew older, differences began to surface. Anna found comfort in stability and dreamed of a peaceful family life. Claire, on the other hand, craved excitement and adventure, often pushing boundaries. Their lives took a dramatic turn when Anna met James, a charming and ambitious man who quickly captured her heart. After a whirlwind romance, Anna and James became engaged. It seemed like the perfect union, and Claire, despite her rebellious nature, was happy for her sister, or so it seemed. But beneath the surface, Claire struggled with jealousy and envy. She felt overshadowed by Anna's quiet grace and worried James might be the key to a life she could never have. The tension between the sisters grew, but neither dared to speak of it. One summer evening, everything changed. Claire and James were left alone at a family gathering. What began as innocent conversations soon spiraled into something much darker. Claire's charm and desperation collided, and before long, she seduced James. The forbidden affair continued in secret, fueled by Claire's recklessness and James' weakness. When Anna discovered the betrayal, her world shattered. Feeling utterly betrayed and heartbroken, Anna confronted them both. James tried to justify his actions, but Anna could no longer see the man she loved. Claire, on the other hand, unapologetically declared that she wanted James for herself. The family was torn apart by scandal and heartbreak. Anna moved away to heal her wounds, while Claire and James hastily married, believing their love could survive the chaos they had caused. Years passed. Anna disappeared from their lives, choosing to live quietly and rebuild her broken spirit far from the pain. Claire and James' marriage, though full of passion, was shadowed by guilt and regret. The once close-knit family was now fragmented and distant. Anna found solace in her work and friendships, but the pain of betrayal lingered like a dark cloud. Yet, she refused to let bitterness consume her. Instead, she focused on healing and finding peace. Meanwhile, Claire began to realize that her impulsive actions had consequences far beyond what she imagined. James' charm faded, revealing a selfish and unfaithful man beneath. Their relationship grew strained, but Claire clung to the life she had taken, unwilling to admit her one day. Out of the blue, Anna returned. The family was stunned to learn she was back, stronger and more composed than ever. But the biggest shock came when Anna revealed she was engaged to none other than James' father, Richard. Richard was a wealthy, influential man, known for his stern demeanor but also his quiet kindness. The engagement was unexpected and complicated, stirring emotions none of them were prepared to face. Claire was furious and confused. How could her older sister be involved with the father of the man she had stolen? James was equally shocked, torn between loyalty to his father and the complicated feelings for both sisters. Anna's return forced the family to confront their past wounds. She wasn't back to seek revenge or reopen old scars. She came to find closure and reclaim her life. Through painful conversations and difficult forgiveness, the sisters began to rebuild their fractured relationship. Claire had to face her mistakes and acknowledge the pain she caused. James, too, learned humility and the importance of honesty. Richard, standing firmly beside Anna, became a symbol of stability and hope. His presence helped mend old wounds and created a new foundation for the family. In time, the family found peace. Anna and Richard's engagement became a catalyst for healing, reminding them all that love can be complicated, painful, but ultimately redemptive. The sisters, once torn apart by jealousy and betrayal, discovered a deeper bond built on forgiveness and understanding. The story of two sisters and one man was no longer a tale of heartbreak, but one of hope, a reminder that even the deepest wounds can heal, and that family in all its messy complexity is worth fighting for. Anna and Claire had been inseparable once, their lives entwined like the branches of an old oak tree, each growing in its own direction but rooted in the same soil. They shared laughter, secrets whispered under blankets, and dreams spun on starry nights. But as the years went by, the differences between them became impossible to ignore. Anna, the elder by 3 years, was a gentle soul, steady and compassionate. She loved the quiet moments, the soft hum of a book page turning, the comforting warmth of home. Her dreams were simple but profound: a loving husband, children, and a family she could nurture. Claire, by contrast, was fire and wild winds. Her laughter was loud and untamed, her spirit restless. She wanted more from life, adventure, passion, something that made her heart race and the world tremble beneath her feet. The safe and steady path Anna dreamed of felt suffocating to Claire. Their parents noticed early on how the two girls marched to different beats. Their mother often worried about Claire's impulsive choices, while their father admired Anna's quiet strength. Still, as sisters, Anna and Claire shared a bond that even the growing distance between their personalities couldn't break. When Anna met James, it seemed that fate had chosen a path that might finally bring peace to their lives. James was charming, handsome, and seemed to understand Anna's quiet heart in a way no one else did. Their love blossomed quickly, and their engagement was met with joy and celebration from the entire family. Claire, however, felt a different emotion bubbling beneath the surface, something she struggled to name. Watching Anna and James together stirred a mixture of envy and longing inside her. She resented how easy their love seemed, how naturally James gravitated toward Anna's calm presence. But Claire pushed the feelings aside, telling herself she was happy for her sister. Still, the tension between the two sisters grew, a silent storm waiting to break. The sun was just beginning to set behind the trees when Anna stumbled upon the truth. It was a chance glance, an overheard conversation, a fragment of a whispered secret that shattered her carefully constructed world. She had trusted James with all her heart, her fiancé, the man she thought would stand by her side forever. But the proof was undeniable. Claire and James had betrayed her. The room spun as tears blurred her vision. She wanted to scream, to run, to confront them both, but her legs refused to move. The silence that followed was louder than any argument. It was the silence of a heart breaking in slow motion. Word spread quickly. The scandal consumed the family like wildfire, searing every relationship it touched. Parents who once smiled with pride now exchanged cold glances filled with pain and disappointment. Family gatherings dissolved into tense silences and half-hidden accusations. Anna packed her bags in the dead of night, unable to bear the weight of betrayal any longer. She left behind her childhood home, her memories, and the life she had envisioned. The road ahead was uncertain, but she knew she needed to heal far away from the ruins of her family. Meanwhile, Claire and James clung desperately to each other. They married in haste, as if the ceremony could patch the fractures their affair had caused. But beneath the surface, cracks began to form, doubts, fears, and the ghost of guilt haunted their every step. Days turned into weeks, and the quiet torment of heartbreak settled into the corners of every life touched by the betrayal. The family, once whole and joyful, was now a fragile mosaic of regret and longing. The weight of silence in the room was almost unbearable. For years, the unspoken grievances and the ghosts of past betrayals had festered like open wounds between Anna and Claire. Now, they were finally sitting across from each other, raw and vulnerable, trying to bridge a gulf that seemed impossible to cross. Claire's eyes, once full of defiance, now shimmered with unshed tears. She was no longer the fiery, impulsive sister who had shattered their family's peace. She had come to face the full weight of her mistakes, how her choices had wounded the sister she once loved more than anyone in the world. "I never wanted to hurt you," Claire whispered, voice trembling. "I was selfish, blinded by my own desires. I see now how much pain I caused you, how much I tore our family apart." Anna's hands clenched into fists, her heart aching. Forgiveness was a mountain she had long avoided climbing. But in this fragile moment, she saw the genuine remorse in Claire's eyes. The anger still burned, but beneath it lay a flicker of hope. "It's not easy," Anna said quietly. "Not after everything. But I want to try for us for what we lost." The conversation was the beginning of a long and difficult process, one filled with tears, confessions, and many nights of restless reflection. Claire had to confront not only the damage she had done to Anna, but also the fractures within herself. Healing required her to let go of pride and guilt, to truly understand the consequences of her actions. Meanwhile, James was undergoing his own reckoning. The once confident, charming man who had recklessly caused so much pain now grappled with humility. The betrayal had stripped away his ego and forced him to face a simple truth. Honesty and integrity were the foundations of any lasting relationship. He sought forgiveness not just from Anna, but from himself. His journey was one of self-awareness and transformation, learning that love without truth is nothing but a fragile illusion. Standing quietly but firmly beside Anna throughout this tumultuous time was Richard. Calm, steady, and compassionate, Richard embodied the stability that Anna desperately needed. His unwavering support became a beacon of hope, not only for Anna, but for the fractured family as a whole. Richard's presence brought a new rhythm to family gatherings, gently encouraging openness and healing. He listened without judgment, spoke with kindness, and reminded them all that rebuilding trust was possible if they chose to embrace vulnerability and forgiveness. Slowly, the walls between Anna and Claire began to crumble. They shared memories both painful and joyful, rediscovered the threads that once connected them, and nurtured a fragile but growing bond. James, too, found a place in this new family dynamic, no longer as the cause of division, but as a man seeking redemption and acceptance. The journey was far from over, but the foundation was set, a foundation built on painful conversations, difficult forgiveness, and the courage to start anew. The family, once torn apart by scandal and heartbreak, was beginning to heal, proving that even the deepest wounds could mend, and that love, in all its complicated forms, was worth fighting for.